G'day and welcome to my garage. Well, the two pulleys are now machined. It's the top pulley and the lower pulley. What I'm moving on to now is a sliding mechanism. Can you see that? I'm making a sliding mechanism that goes here and it mounts the top pulley, and then this is similar to I got it off my bandsaw. That's what I'm doing, is replicating the one on the bandsaw-ish. There's a nut at the top here, and that's on a shaft mounted to a block that slides in between two guides. And that slides up and down to give me tension on the belt. So let's go over to the drawings. I hope you can see that. So this is the drawing of that machine, and this is the block that I'll be starting to make for that adjustment, for that slide. So alright, so here we have the slide on the left there. Can you see that? So there we have the slide assembled, so the two guides either side and the main piece. Now the main piece will be made up of these plates. So the two guides on the outside, they're not part of the main piece, but the main piece is these four. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth piece over here is not fixed to these three. These three become one. Small hole there and a small hole there, therefore an M5 screw to clamp the two 5mm thick plates, sandwiching a 3mm plate, because these guides are 3mm. So that will all clamp together, and then the spindle for the spindle for the top pulley will be mounted off that back plate, and the adjustment bolt and nut will be mounted off this top hole. That's so I can adjust it up and down, and the hole hiding down the bottom here, that will be a bolt screwed through these three plates. Actually, no, that's not a hole. I must remove that. That's not a hole. There'll be a 10mm bolt going through, pushing on this plate. The shaft for the pulley will come all the way through, and the shaft won't come all the way through. There will be a through bolt for the shaft from this end, and a through bolt for the adjustment nut on the top one here. A bit confusing, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so that's the start. Let's mark it up. I've got some natural light coming in on that side, it's easier to see. I need the more light on the right hand side. Doesn't matter. Alright, I shall spot these, drill these 3mm first, and then work out the sizes, clearance sizes, drilling sizes and tapping sizes after. But first all these 5 will be 3mm to start with. Okay, I need to drill the 3 main plates. Don't know if you've experienced it, but I have, that's for sure. Even though these 3 plates are cut from the same stock and you clamped them together, there's going to be at least one of them a little bit loose. And you don't notice it until you start drilling and then it moves. So I've got some aluminium welding wire in there. And we'll just clamp that down. The aluminium wire will conform to the irregularities. In the material. The material is not that it's not the same size, it's just that it's a little bit of rust. The movable jaw might kick a little bit, so just to make sure that none of those plates will move, I just crush some aluminium rod, welding rod. Alright, I'll drill these through, but not all the way, because those 2 and that one won't miss the vice bed. So I've got the 3 plates drilled. Here's the 3rd one. Got too many holes in that, but that's okay. Now I need to put this spacer piece in between, so just using a 3mm drill, because that's a 25mm piece. That was 20mm, I've filed it down to 19. So I've got 6mm difference in material. So 3mm drill. There's 2 holes to drill, but I'll drill one at a time. Okay, I've got a spot on that, and I'll go and drill that. Okay, the first hole is drilled. That's better. Plate was the wrong way around. Okay. I'm going to tap those out to M5, couple of, yeah, M5. That hole, excuse me, that hole is for the spindle bolt, the bolt that holds the spindle in place. And now this one will be for the adjustment nut.
Let's put it.
This is the bottom of this block. This one here will be a threaded. I'm drilling 5mm at the moment for a 6mm set screw, and then the other two pieces underneath, when I'll take it apart, they're to be drilled out as clearance holes for that set screw. So it's only the bottom plate here that will be threaded. That will do, because the other two plates go out to 6mm. So back on the bench, and put this block together. I had to ease out the 3mm plate in there. I had to ease it out with a 1/4 in the hole here. That was a 6mm hole. A 1/4 is 6.1315, somewhere around there. The hole just didn't quite line up for some reason. I didn't ease this first plate here. I didn't ease that hole out. It may need to still do that.
Yeah, it still works.
It'll stop that screw from, well, it won't rattle out, because that's the adjustment screw. I'll just screw it in. So what happens here is that plate you can see the adjustment there. So there's a stud through here that's threaded for a screw that comes down from the top. That's the adjustment block that allows for adjustment. That's that hole. That hole there is for the pulley shaft on this side. This has got to have a bigger boss put on to make it stronger. And then for adjustment, because there's a slot on both sides there, that there'll be a 100mm plate on either side. So that's the adjustment for height, for belt tension. But alignment of the shaft, this bottom screw here. So we take off release the clamping pressure of the top adjustment bolt and the bolt into the axle shaft, into the bearing shaft, pulley shaft, and then this bottom one somewhere there. Whoops, come apart. As you can see, there's a gap in there. So I can adjust the angle of the pulley shaft. And yes, there's a hole there that shouldn't be there. I'll weld that up. These bolts have to be cut down because I don't need them anymore. I left them in as guide bolts. So we'll just back this baby off. Okay. I might ease out the hole in this plate. It's a bit tight. Anyhow. That's the adjustment block. I'll now move on to probably the adjustment nut that goes through the top there. Yep, that's the next thing.